Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and I have a stock watch list for you for the first day of June, tomorrow. So May is over and we go into June, and I would expect a lot more summer vacations to begin, and the market get even thinner, but we'll see, right? We'll take each day as it comes and we go from there. Sorry for the lateness of the video. I was at a fifth grader's play tonight, Beauty and the Beast, and it was a great job. That brought back a lot of memories of being a kid, and real nice. So sorry for the lateness. Anyway, we have the Dow futures up 29, the S&P futures up 3, and we have the NASDAQ futures up 12 for the overnight session so far. For tomorrow, we have Thursday, June 1st. We have motor vehicle sales. We have chain store sales. Let's see if there's anything coming out for tonight. I guess the Japanese PMI came out, the Japan PMI. I don't see anything else. Australia, some stuff coming out tonight for Wednesday. But tomorrow in the morning, we have the 7:30 Challenger Jobs Cut Report, ADP at 8:15. We also have, 9:45, the PMI Index, 10 o'clock construction spending, natural gas at 10:30, the natural gas report. And then at 11 o'clock, we have the EIA petroleum report, which is usually on Wednesdays. But since we had the holiday on Monday, it gets shifted to Wednesday. And let me just see if there's anything else. Money supply, Fed balance sheet. But this oil report will be important. So we'll go ahead and we'll take that out of the way. Next thing up is the Qs had a little bit of a pullback, and a small pullback down to the 5 EMA, that green dotted dashed line right here. The SPY itself, once again the bulls came in and defended, and so the bulls came in, defended, and pushed this back up. And so the SPY basically held above the 5 EMA again. Bears could not get any traction going. Some spots they are making a little bit of traction, I should say. Was on the IWM, and you see this is the 150 SMA. The IWM pushed down to that number on the 150 SMA, and then they brought it right back up. So we haven't broken the 150 SMA. We held it here and so far here. IWC also held around the support area. This is the micro caps, and that held, and then the bulls came in and bought it up into the market close. So IWC held up. IBB, just to take a quick look, also hanging around this 200 green line, 150 also SMA dotted orange line. So we held there, and we're getting like a hammer candle, so we'll see if we get any follow through on the IBB for tomorrow. So we'll go ahead. The other thing I want to show you was some news that came out. Mankind, MNKD, and Mankind and BioM enter into distribution agreement for Afrisa in Brazil. So Mankind was up in the after hours tonight, and this is 5-minute chart after hours Mankind, and you see Mankind popped up in the after hours. So this one will definitely be on watch tomorrow. I believe an old CEO just came back to Mankind, and that was yesterday's news. So that was Mankind. So I just wanted to get that out so I didn't forget. Some earnings before Thursday's open for tomorrow. Ciena, CIEN, Dollar General, DG, Mobileye, which was bought out by Intel, but they report earnings tomorrow. TECD reports earnings tomorrow before the open, Thursday's open. We also have earnings after the close on Thursday. This is a big one. Broadcom, AVGO. And we have 5, which is a retailer, and they are selling the fidget spinners. So we'll see how they're doing. Lulu, LULU, Restoration Hardware. VMware reports tomorrow after the bell, and Workday reports tomorrow after the bell. Guidewire reports after the bell tomorrow, and Zooms also reports after the bell tomorrow. So some of your earnings. And let me see if there's anything else that we needed to look at. Some top insider purchases that came out after the bell. Coty, COTY, had some insider buying. CBK, HUN CEO purchased 10K shares, and that's this one right here. PRGX had some insider buying. Baby CEO purchased 6K shares. And that was after the bell. Here's the Mankind news again right here. Anything else? Beazer Homes, 500 million mixed shelf offering there. Hertz priced pricing of 1.25 billion private offering of senior secondary priority secured notes by Hertz. So keep your eye on that one for tomorrow. And I think that's about it as far as the news. Oh, here, NSTG announces offering of common stock. So there's an offering there. And let me see if there was any other. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. API data came out, and this affects oil. And so crude showed a much bigger than expected draw on the API numbers, 8.67 million barrels, and I believe the USO was up in the after hours, and let's just check that USO. Yeah, so you had a pop in USO after the bell on those API numbers, so maybe oil might be back in play. So I put a few oil stocks on watch for tomorrow, just in case. So let's go ahead and we'll get right into it. And ACHN, 3.1 million shares traded in the name, basing under about that 450 spot, 452. So this one's still on my watch, ACHN. AVGR, nice volume in the name today. Now this is an under $1 name, and so be careful playing this one. Has a high of 59 cents. If you can get over that, 60 cents, you might get a continuation move on the name. 7.1 million shares traded. So AVGR will be in my sights for tomorrow. BOX had earnings after the bell tonight. So you see this pop and then this sideways. So maybe if this can get back over, the 1955, 1950 spot on BOX, they beat earnings. Next one up is CBIO. And we had over 11 million shares traded in the name. We're under here on the 50 SMA. We had a nice pop in the name, and the 50 SMA is at 547, so we got some time before we get it to that. We have a high of 525. We closed at 473. So if this can get back over maybe 485, 490 for that $5 break on CBIO. CBLI, you see the resistance up here at that 425 spot on CBLI. The volume was about 400,000 shares on the name, and but it did have a nice pop and not a bad candle. So keep your eye on this over 425 tomorrow, CBLI, or obviously if it pulls back, that would be interesting too. The previous candle here that I have my crosshairs on, that had a high of 436. So 425, and then you'll be watching to see if it can break that 436. CMLS, this is another under $1 name, but I'm seeing a lot of action in under $1 names this week so far. And so, if you can't beat them, join them. Has a high of 64 cents, almost 2 million shares traded in the name. trying to get back over the 100 SMA here. So keep your eye on this one if it can get over that 65-cent spot on the name. CYTX, I'm looking for the 110 break on the name. See, that's been resistance up here on CYTX. And so we'll see if it can break that 110. Maybe we get a continuation move and possibly fill this gap. Next one up is DAC. They had earnings, I believe, today. And this is in the shipping industry. Looking for that 150 break again. You know, only 250,000 shares traded, but, you know, sometimes volume comes in if they break these. You know, the high was 155 on the name. So maybe if we can get back over 152, we might get a continuation move on DAC. Depot, nice volume today, almost 5 million shares. We are coming up to that 13 EMA yellow line right here. And the high was 1051. So if we can clear maybe 1052, you know, but then we still have some work to do on Depot with the 20 SMA. Up in the way there. So the 20 SMA is at 1079, but I'll have this one on watch for intraday play and see if it can work out into a swing trade possibly. ETRM, not an easy trader. 1.5 million shares today. It's coming up. It has a high of 579, closed at 526. So I'll see how this sets up on an intraday trade. You see it came up to the 150 SMA dotted orange line here and then pulled back from that. FENX, we talked about this one yesterday, you know, with Sorrel, S-O-R-L, also in the auto parts. This one has been given nice moves. So that's why I had FENX on watch. And if you watched the video last night, hopefully you got a trade in this name. So we'll keep this on watch. We can get back over 150 or some type of red to green move tomorrow. Possible play. Now, Palo Alto Networks, PANW, they had earnings after the bell. And so we got this big pop in PANW, and then it's flagging sideways. Now, this is a little bit of too big of a stock for me to play intraday. So what I like to do is I like to see what stocks might move in sympathy. And FireEye, let me bring that chart over for you. Followed Palo Alto Networks up in the after hours. So I'll be watching, you know, if this sets up intraday or if it can get back over 1525. And now we'll switch over to the daily. And, you know, it's trading, you know, just below this 1550. And that's one of those 400, that's the 400 SMA. And you see that's been in the way. And not many people use the 400 SMA, which is fine. But the 400 SMA is at 1538. So if it can get over, you know, 1540, maybe we have, you know, this space here and maybe a possible move back up to $16 on FEYE. FOLD, nice pop today, 3.3 million shares. Got above 8, held $8, maybe over $8.10 on the name on FOLD. GNW, volume in the name, almost 5 million shares, holding this 350 spot a few times, turning back up, you know, still has work to do, but maybe this one might be one to watch for tomorrow, possible trade. GOGO, I believe this had upgrades recently. It's back over the 20 SMA, trying to break and take over that 13 area. Closed at 1293. So if we can take out 1310 on this GOGO, you know, might get a possible move up. Could also think of maybe a swing trade in this name if we get back over that number. And, you know, you can use the bottom of this candle for your stop, 1277. I'm sorry, the bottom of this candle is 1268. So you can use that as your stop, or you can use a break of the 13 EMA, which is around 1277 if it takes out 13 on GOGO. Next one up is, you know, a lot of social media watching this. And I'm not saying, you know, look, you put any line on a chart and if it, you know, stock can hit it and or find resistance. But just I see this more often than not. We came up to the 400 area. SMA is the solid, the 400 EMA is the dashed line, and we also came up to 80 cents. But if we can get over those, we might get a continuation. Excuse me, I just took a sip of water. So we might get a continuation in this LINU. A lot of shares, 14 million shares. See if this continues, or maybe we get a pullback in the name to about the 60-cent spot, and see how this sets up on an intraday chart. MBOT, nice candle, 2 million shares, nice solid candle turnaround. I mean, this thing has been totally beat up. It's been grinding down. So today, they decided they were going to move this up. We have a high of 455. So I'll see how this sets up intraday for a possible trade. On the name, Mankind will be on watch. We spoke about this one already. OAS, just because, after hours, like we talked about, the API numbers came out for oil. Oil was up, so maybe a bottom is in, maybe 9 will hold on this OAS, and we might possibly get a turnaround. So I'll keep this on watch. PDLI. You see this basing here, consolidation. It's holding above all the moving averages. We've yet to break this, 240 spot. So, and we also have a high here of 243. I mean, if this can get over, 245 PDLI, maybe we get a nice continuation move. We just have this, stinking 200 SMA up in the way here at 250. So that, makes me a little bit nervous on the chart, but it is consolidating. It's, fast moving averages are turning up. The volume today was 3.4 million. It just needs to do what it needs to do, get out of this consolidation. So keep your eye on that one. PRKR, big pop the other day, pulls back. Now we're back above the fast moving averages. High was 227, low 212. So not a lot of volume though, but maybe if we can get back over 230, possible move in this name. And just let me check out SCON, just because I'm on some semiconductor, not doing much. Just look at MU, grind, making new highs, pushing back up over 30. NVIDIA, up there at the highs also. So maybe one of these small little semis might get going also, so keep your eye on it. SLCA was upgraded today. I want to say Goldman Sachs. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was Goldman Sachs, and they have, I think it was a $60 price target. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was definitely upgraded today. 4 million shares, close to it. So here's that 400 SMA in play here. It held it here, it's holding it here, and so maybe if this can get back over, let's see, where's that 13? The 13 EMA is at 38.41. So if this can get over, 38.50, and with oil maybe moving up tomorrow, this one might get going. We'll see. So, but also I wanted to point out this 400 EMA SMA area. SPI, solar name. So if oil's going to start moving up, maybe the solar will start moving up. Big pop today. It's trying to get over that $2 spot. We had a high of 188, pulled back from there. 7 million shares. So one to definitely keep on your watch. SPI, STAF, 300,000 shares. So not a favorite, but nice candle. Pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. Gets down to about 60 cents, and they push it up off of that. I think this had earnings out today. So 78 cents was the high, closed at 75. So maybe if this can clear 80 cents, could possibly get going on STAF. URRE had some buying into the close, and as you can see, here's the volume coming in on the 5-minute pre and post, And so this was moving up. So sometimes you can get some moves in these names. Another name in that sector is UEC. Okay, and you know, this one is setting up also, but very low volume, very erratic traders. So URRE and UEC, maybe you want to have those two on watch. WKHS, you know, we have these pops pulled back, so I'll watch this intraday. 1 million shares in the name traded, so I'll keep this one on watch for tomorrow. XUS Steel, you know, I mean, it's starting to curl back up, you know, kind of a bottoming 20 here, turning back up. So I think if this one can get over 21 again, we're to close at 20.85, so maybe 21.10. Excuse me, 21.10 might be enough to get this going. And you see it's kind of hanging around and doing these dippity doos around this 400 SMA on the daily chart here, and it's trying to consolidate at this $20 spot. So keep that one on watch. AKS, another one hanging around the 400, pulled back, pushed up. So now we have the 50 up ahead. If you like to play a smaller name, maybe keep this one on watch. And let's see what Cliff did today. And here's Cliff, CLF, making a hammer at the 400 SMA. All right, so keep your eye on that. And let's see, TMST is another steel name. You know, hanging around. Here's the 400. I mean, it's not on it, you know, but it's hammering here. So we'll see what they want to do with that. And I think that's about, oh, STLD is another, this is rolled steel, I guess. So it's holding this 33 spot, making a hammer candle. So we'll see if they, you know, if they want to do something with this name also. So that's some of the names I'll be watching for tomorrow. If you enjoy these videos and they're helping you out, I've been getting some very nice comments and I appreciate that. The best thing, if you can retweet them, put them out on Twitter or stock twits, greatly appreciated. Hit that thumbs up mark if you like it, the videos, and also, you know, give us a follow, click that subscribe button, and that would also be greatly appreciated. So this has been Zozo's Stock Watch, and this is your stock watch list for tomorrow, June 1st, and it's June 1st already. So be careful tomorrow, because, you know, trading might be light as we are in June and getting closer to the weekend. So we shall see. All right, thank you very much for listening. Hope everyone has a great day tomorrow. Good trading, and you know, don't play too big. Don't get burnt. All right, thank you very much for listening, and have a great day.